The production stories are just as interesting as the ones in front of the camera, only not nearly as scary. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 behind-the-scenes secrets about American Horror Story. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at interesting stories and things that have been reported or claimed about the making of FX's famous show. Number 10. Denis OHare refused to speak to stay in character.
Oh, Spaulding, I must confess.
Denis OHare is an American Horror Story veteran, having appeared in 5 seasons of the show. In the 3rd season, OHare played Spaulding, a mute butler who served at Miss Robichaux's. Apparently, OHare is a bit of a method actor, as legend states that he refused to speak to anyone on set in order to stay in character. The silent treatment seemingly applied equally to his fellow actors, directors, and the crew. OHare instead communicated solely through hand gestures, even while being directed, which we can imagine must have been difficult for all parties involved. But hey, there's no arguing with the results.
Hey, Spaulding. How are you feeling?
Fine. I feel fine.
Number 9. Zachary Quinto played the banjo between takes to lighten the mood.
What did you do to her?
Kept her fresh.
Asylum is arguably the darkest season of American Horror Story, and working on it was surely a dreary experience. Enter Zachary Quinto and his banjo. Quinto told the Huffington Post that he was learning to play the banjo while shooting the season, and took the instrument to work so he could practice between takes and have some fun.
The story's pretty complicated. Are you sure you want to hear all the details?
I want to know everything.
According to Quinto, there's something about the tone and quality of the sound that I think naturally lightens the mood. We hope he was a quick learner, because we can also imagine that listening to someone learn to play the banjo could get more than a little irritating.
No, Elena, please don't give him away.
Number 8. James Cromwell's son played the younger version of himself.
I'll inject this directly into your heart muscle, which will cause the heart to stop beating.
One way to ensure that an actor looks like a younger version of a specific character is to cast the character's real-life son or daughter in the role. That's exactly what American Horror Story did, and it worked perfectly. James Cromwell played Arthur Arden / Hans Gruber, the psychotic chief physician at the hospital. His son, John Cromwell, played a younger version of Arthur in the flashback sequence. So if you wondered how the casting department got such a fantastic lookalike, there you have it. This wasn't the first or last time John played a younger version of James. He did it in Memorial Day in 2012 and ABC's Betrayal in 2013.
They seem to have repaired the damage done by the bullet.
Number 7. It took Naomi Grossman 3 hours to become Pepper.
How did you get in here?
I go where Grace goes.
Naomi Grossman portrayed the microcephalic Pepper in both the 2nd and 4th season, and it was quite a process for the actress. Upon learning that she was cast as Pepper, Grossman completely shaved her head. As if that wasn't commitment enough, she also sat in the makeup chair for 3 hours each day in order to physically become Pepper. This required a layer of glue and facial prosthetics, fake ears, buck teeth, and 1 contact lens that blinded her. Just imagine sitting in a chair for 3 hours, then walking around all day half blind and covered in layers of prosthetics. No thanks.
She has a really lovable quality, this naivete, which is so adorable and hard to hate.
Number 6. Evan Peters needed lubricant to get into the Rubberman costume.
Hot.
Honestly, working on American Horror Story sounds like hell. Evan Peters needed to climb into the latex Rubberman costume, and it did not sound like fun for the young actor. Peters told Entertainment Weekly that he needed to visit a fetish shop to get fitted for the costume, and that it required lubricant in order to slide into the tight and adherent material. Worse, he said it was also very cold and made Evan feel like he was walking around naked. It may have looked cool and creepy in the show, but it required a ton of commitment and probably a few pulled hairs. Number 5. The murder house is a real location called Rosenheim Mansion.
The murder house. I have to sell this house. Get out of here!
Those who live in or visit Los Angeles can go see the murder house for themselves. It's called the Rosenheim Mansion and is located in Country Club Park. The house was designed and built by notable architect Alfred Rosenheim in 1902 and was subsequently used as a convent. The pilot of Murder House was filmed on location, but subsequent episodes were filmed on a set using a replica of the mansion. Unfortunately, the owners of the house have reported trespassing and even a few break-ins, leading to a lawsuit against their realtor and the home's former owner for damages and the cost of offense.
Want to live here, of course, but it is very difficult, especially since we don't feel safe.
Number 4. Neil Patrick Harris and David Burtka were supposed to play Chad and Patrick.
Perhaps you would be interested in the Chinese Lincoln rings. 3 solid steel rings.
For those who need a bit of a refresher, Chad and Patrick were the former owners of Murder House, played respectively by Zachary Quinto and Teddy Sears. However, the roles almost went to real-life couple Neil Patrick Harris and David Burtka. Series creator Ryan Murphy personally approached Harris and Burtka with the offer, but they turned it down, not wanting to rehash roles, having just played a dysfunctional kinda couple in A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas. Luckily, there seemed to be no hard feelings, as they both appeared in Freak Show, with Harris portraying Chester Crabbe and Burtka playing Michael Beck.
I'm Michael Beck. Previously, Michael Beckenbauer.
Number 3. The Asylum was actually a courthouse.
I'm doing a story on your bakery. I have an appointment with Sister Jude.
Who can forget the large, imposing nature of Briarcliff Manor? Its arches, stonework, and Romanesque revival style lends it a spooky atmosphere, and its size is truly intimidating. The location scouts clearly did a great job when they selected Old Orange County Courthouse in California to serve as the main setting of Season 2. This is Southern California's oldest courthouse, having been dedicated in 1901. It is now on the National Register of Historic Places and is used as a museum. It has also been used as a filming location for over a century, having appeared in the 1916 silent film The Flying Torpedo. Number 2. Professional clowns are not about Twisty. Yes, professional clowns are still a thing, and no, they did not like the depiction of Twisty in Freak Show. The Clowns of America International, whose base is made up of over 2,000 professional clowns, have gone on record regarding their hatred of Twisty, saying, "We do not support in any way, shape, or form any medium that sensationalizes or adds to coulrophobia or clown fear." Unfortunately for them, storytellers have been using clowns as villains for over a century, dating at least as far back as Edgar Allan Poe's 1849 Hop Frog, which told the tale of a psychotic and vengeful court jester. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
You're awful quiet. That must mean the biopsy came back positive.
Get up. It's time to go work on your act.
We're not performers. Speak for yourself.
Number 1. The role of Constance was originally much smaller.
Hi, I'm Constance, your neighbor from next door, and this is my girl, Adelaide.
Jessica Lange was undoubtedly the star of Murder House, despite a cast full of notable celebs. And to think, her role was originally much smaller. Ryan Murphy had written Constance with Lange in mind, having been greatly influenced by her performance as Blanche Dubois on Broadway. After Lang agreed to do the show, Murphy and Brad Falchuk rewrote significant portions of the script and expanded Constance from a small supporting role to one of the season's main characters.
Tragedy was preparing me for something greater.
Murphy stated that he wanted to expose Lang's talents, and it seems to have worked. She has since received critical acclaim for her work and has become popular amongst a new generation of viewers.
They are a part of me, just like that unborn child is a part of me.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.